Hello everyone, I am Dr. Poonam Agarwal. I am the academic head with NIFT Mohali, Northern India Institute of Fashion Technology, and I have been in the field of design for almost 22 years. Not only academics, even design development and production process has been my forte, and I have been doing a lot of industry projects as well. Today we will discuss about boutique. What is a boutique? To everyone's knowledge, there is a different definition of a boutique, but for a layman's language and for us people, boutique is a small shop which sells fashionable clothes or accessories. It is not always essential that boutique sells only clothing. It could be accessories, it could be footwears, it could be your hairdos, it could be anything which is related to your belts could also be available at the boutique. But a very important factor which is essential requirement of a boutique is that it deals with a sophisticated clientele. By a sophisticated clientele, I do not mean only the people who are very high profile people or who have a lot of money, but by that I mean any set of a clientele which has a certain different specific taste, who would want to buy something which is other than what is available on everyday shops. After understanding what is a boutique, I would try to put a little light on as to how do we open a boutique. Is it a very easy process or is it a difficult process? Opening a boutique today can be a very great investment. By that I do not mean that it's a very big investment or it's a small investment. It's a very great investment which for surely gives us benefits tomorrow, because as the general public is always on a lookout for something which is very new in the market, would want something very fresh, something which is not available on everyday shops. So talking about the essential requirements of opening a boutique, first of all, it's very important for us to understand and decide what type of a boutique do you want to open. Do you want to open any shop which is next door shop? Do you want to open a retail boutique? Do you want to open a boutique that deals with bespoke clothing? Or do you actually want to open a boutique which only sells women's clothing, men's clothing, sportswear? So understanding first of all as to what is the type of a boutique that you would want to open gives a clear idea of the future scope and development of a boutique. After we understand that this is the type of a boutique that I would want to open, it is important for me to understand and evaluate the competition in the area. Quite possible you would want to open a boutique which deals with the women's wear, but already there are a lot of boutiques in your area, and if you already have a lot of boutiques in an area, you need to understand what is the type of price range that they are selling the product in. It's not only that you open up a boutique tomorrow and a shop which is next door to you is selling a suit or an attire for 2000 rupees per suit and you start selling for 3000, you will not sell. You will ultimately end up spoiling your business. So it's important that you evaluate the competition in the area, you evaluate the price ranges, and you also evaluate that how would they sell in the market. Further to the evaluation that would happen in a boutique when it has to be open, we have to find out if there's a market for a new boutique in an area or not. If a particular area is already having 10 boutiques which are dealing with women's wear and a 5 boutique which are dealing with men's wear, there would be no scope for opening a further boutique for women's wear. Then in that case, you should prefer a boutique which would sell either kids wear or sportswear or any boutique which gives an essential item which is not available on the boutiques otherwise. Fourth on the line, once I decide that this is the type of a boutique I want to open, I decide, evaluate my product, I evaluate my market. Now it is important that I draw a business plan, because until and unless I have a business plan for my boutique opening, the business would never do well. I have to understand that do I need some sort of a license to open a boutique? I have to understand what is the type of inventory that is required to open a boutique. I also have to understand that where all will I be able to get the business supplies. Is the staff which ultimately has to feed a boutique available around or not available? Will I be able to market my product for the boutique or I will not be able to market? So developing and drawing a business plan gives a deeper thought, insight and a sure shot success to the business that we are planning. After we are able to chalk out the business plan, we very essentially need to visit an accountant to determine whether the plan that we are working on is viable or not. Suppose you're planning to start a business with something like 2 lakh of rupees, and tomorrow you do not go to an accountant and you end up with the money to 2 lakh of rupees finished in 2 months. How will you further develop on your business after 2 months? So it's important that you go to an accountant, work out the proper plans, who would suggest you that if this would be your capital investment, then this is the amount of money that you should keep as a recurring costs involved in a setting up of a boutique. We understand, we've discussed it with our accountant, but capital investment is a very important factor in establishing or setting up of any assignment. So you should always look for investments, that is the capital investment from particular source. You can approach a bank, you can approach any agencies. Many government agencies today are giving a lot of funds to start up your own business. For example, in India, you can talk about KVIC. KVIC gives a lot of loans if you have to start some independent venture. Under the Department of Industries and Commerce, even district industry centers are promoting a lot of businesses, and setting up of the boutique is one of the essential requirements and also the basics amongst the projects that they are approving. So we should look for such investment agencies and try and get the capital investment from all of them. I have made up my mind, I want to start a business now. I have already decided the type of product range that I would be working on. I have decided my capital investment. I have decided my staff, where all the things would come to me. Now is important that once you have everything in your mind, what would be the venue of your boutique? Because venue of the boutique plays a very, very important role, because until and unless you have a venue where you have a lot of footfall of the customers, selling in a boutique gets a little tough without marketing, because marketing ends up into a situation where we have to spend a lot of money. So if you have to start up your boutique, you have to see that you look for a venue which is a proper venue with a proper footfall of the customers in your boutique. And once we have been able to finalize the boutique, we should be able to design and furnish the boutique also very well, because boutique is something which is already showcasing for us the designer products, the stylized products in terms of clothing, in terms of accessories. So anybody, if will walk into the boutique, would always expect a boutique to have a very beautiful surroundings, smart interiors, and which are very appealing to the eye of a human being. After everything is done, we already have a venue with us, we already have the beautiful surroundings which are there with us. Now we have to determine which suppliers we want to fix up the inventory with. If you're working with women's wear, would you want to keep only brands, or would you want to tailor the brands for people? Would you want to tailor the clothes specially for the clients that you have, or you would just pick up the brands which are available in the market and start selling as a retail boutique? Once this is also finalized, everything is chalked out, we have the material with us, is important that whatever employees that we are hiring shall be thorough with the knowledge of the boutique and also thorough with the products which are being sold in the boutique, or those which are the prospective products that have to be sold from the shelf of the boutique. So you have to be very sure with the right type of the employees which would come and try and promote your product.